Live from the Fox 43 studio, this is the Fox 43 Sports Wrap with Bruce Rader, presented by Geico.
When he took the job 3 years ago, Virginia football coach Mike London, who grew up in Hampton, vowed to reinvent recruiting top caliber players in Hampton Roads, and today he picked up another good one. I'm Bruce Rader. Welcome to the Sports Wrap Live on this Wednesday night. Last month, Coach London got his first ever five-star recruit when Smoke Mizell, the shifty and powerful five-star running back from Bayside High School, signed to play for the Cavaliers. And today, London did it again, receiving a commitment from another five-star recruit, junior safety Quin, who also plays for Bayside. A 6'2", 200-pounder, Blanding committed to UVA over Ohio State and dozens of other scholarship offers. Ali Lucia was there today when Blanding made his announcement and asked him why UVA.
Just driving there, and just when you know you're in Charlottesville, you know when you're there because it's family. You just see people running, laughing, having fun, and just being themselves there, and that's what I really like. And I just feel like when I step out the car in front of the stadium, in front of just anywhere, I just feel like this is home for me.
Quin's mom, Corey, says the recruiting process has been a long one. Clemson, Florida State, Miami, Michigan, Notre Dame, and North Carolina, just to name a few. 8 boxes full of letters from college coaches.
We've traveled up and down the East Coast for the last 3 years with camps, trying to get him, his name out there, trying to get rated. And finally this year was rated a 5-star, and the offers have been just pouring in, and which comes with a lot of stress and a lot of, it takes up a lot of his time, which was interfering with school, and so it's time to make the decision and go from there.
While making the early commitment, Quin says now he can enjoy spending more time with his friends and focusing on his senior year at Bayside and his academics. Meanwhile, according to Coach London and his new offensive coordinator, Steve Fairchild, there will be an open competition for the Who's starting quarterback job this year. Rising junior Philip Sims from Oscar Smith has the most experience, playing in all 12 games last year, but there are 5 other quarterbacks on the roster, including junior David Watford from Hampton High and redshirt freshman Greason Lambert.
We'd like to come out of spring, if we could, with a 1 and a 2. And not look to share time. We want to make sure that we have our quarterback depth situation set. It happens in the spring, and with a new system, we're going to see who can grasp the terminology and what we're asking the quarterbacks to do. And the young man or the young men that can do it the best will be the ones that will be going into the fall camp as being 1 and 2.
So what kind of offense will the fans see next year? Where Coach Fairchild says he will go with a pro-style approach and try and spread the field with the Who's passing game. For the first time in over a decade, Virginia Tech will not play a Thursday night game at Lane Stadium next season. At first, it was considered to be an affront for the Hokies' 7-6 record last year, but athletic director Jim Weaver says that he and Coach Frank Beamer consider it a break for the loyal Hokie fans who missed work and took their kids out of school for those midweek games over the years. Now, many fans have blasted the news on Twitter, but Weaver says it was his call and not ESPN's or the ACC. The state high school basketball tournament tips off tomorrow with action all over the state of Virginia, and in the field for the first time in 55 years, the region champions from Great Bridge High School in Chesapeake. The Wildcats rolled through the region tournament, beating Maury, Hampton, and Kickingham on the way to the Hampton Roads title. Junior guard Marcus Evans has been a complete player for Coach Gary Obenauer's team, but 6'7" center Steve Beeline, number 50, has been a shot-blocking and rebounding machine in the playoffs, and he's playing his best ball when it matters most.
I told him coming into this, I think by far he's the best big man in the 757, and I told him to go out here and show everybody else what I knew.
He's been a difference maker for about the last 5 games. Unbelievable defense. It's a presence underneath. He also had some big shot blocks.
I knew I was going to have to play well. My coach told me coming into the tournament that if we wanted to go anywhere, that I was going to have to be involved. I was going to have to score, get rebounds, and I was just doing what he told me, giving 100% effort, and it paid off.
Great Bridge will take on John Marshall from Richmond Friday night at the Ted Constant Center at ODU in the first round of the state playoffs. Region Runners-up Kickintan is in the state quarterfinals as well. Coach Ivan Thomas's Warriors travel to Richmond tomorrow to take on Henrico at 8:30 at VCU Siegel Center. This Warriors team is loaded, led by future Providence Friar Rodney Bullock and future East Carolina Pirate Greg Alexander. Kickintan may have enough talent to make us run at the state title despite losing in the region finals. In Group AA, 2 boys teams are in the state playoffs. Bruton takes on Hanley Saturday at 2:45 at JMU, while Grafton gets to play at ODU Saturday at 12:45 against Millbrook. In Group AAA girls, the Princess Anne Cavaliers won their 10th region title on Monday night, beating Lake Taylor. And with that win, the Cavs get to play in Hampton Roads in the state quarterfinals. They'll take on LC Bird Friday night at 7 o'clock at the TED. Coach Darnell Dozier's team is good, and his team is young, very young, including 6 freshmen. Alongside Godiva Hubbard. You know, she helped lead the Cavaliers to the region crown, scoring 22 points, hauling down 5 rebounds, and making 5 steals. And the future looks very bright at Princess Anne. The Lake Taylor girls have to travel for its state quarterfinal game. Coach Sandra Sawyer's Titans, led by Fionda Fitzgerald, who's going to Temple next year, face Highland Springs tomorrow night at 7 at VCU. In the AA girls state quarterfinals, it's Poquoson against Monticello Saturday afternoon at 4:30 at JMU. Grafton against Loudoun County Saturday morning at 11 at ODU. And when we come back, there are big changes underway in high school sports in Virginia. That story next on the Sports Wrap. The Virginia High School League is celebrating its 100th year, and with it, big changes for all the 300-plus schools in the state. The state commissioner, Ken Tilley, was in town yesterday and talked about these changes with Chris Reckley.
By now, you have probably heard that major changes are coming to high school sports in Hampton Roads. The Virginia High School League voted to reclassify all of its 316 public high schools, meaning next year, the 39 schools that make up the Eastern region will compete in 6 different classifications according to enrollment.
We'd just like to at least give this new approach a chance, and I think people will find that there can be new rivalries.
Ken Tilley is the commissioner of the VHSL. Yesterday, Tilley met with members of the Eastern region to discuss next year's changes.
I think change is difficult to accept, and especially when you're disrupting something that is so traditional as the Eastern region, the Central region, even the Northern region. They've been satisfied with what they've had all along.
The reason for going to 6 classifications is 5 years in the making. The reason being, smaller schools around the state wanted parity and fairness in competition.
Schools, especially the smaller schools, realized that things were not equitable, that things were out of balance in terms of the number of schools in regions, in classifications, in districts, and also in terms of the level of competition. In terms of the size of schools was way out of whack.
Tilley met with region representatives 2 weeks ago, and he's happy to report that there is a strong effort to make next year's reclassification work.
They all said we're working things out. We've progressed tremendously since it was just a concept, and now next year it'll be a reality. And they were very pleased with where they are and looking forward to it.
In Portsmouth, Chris Reckley for the Sports Wrap.